Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are getting started right now with some amazing stuff, some really new teams, and some special teams that we know and special players. We're going to do things differently in the near future. More interaction, a lot more engagement through our live streams and social medias. But also, we want to try and highlight the pro players and the players in our events. So you're going to see a lot of that coming forward from now on. Alrighty. That in mind, thank you for tuning in. This is a live broadcast from Court Battle Leagues. That's right. We're bringing you the Legacy Tournament Series for Apex Legends, and it's going to be a good day. And I hope you enjoy, as I will, as we begin Apex Legends. We are coming to you live from Court Battle Studios. It's going to be a good night going forward. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Of course, CourtBattleLeague.com is associated with MagGamer.com, which happens to be your host, me, the one and only, and it's going to be amazing to see these players go forward. With that in mind, lock in. Should be a good time. Alrighty. All that out of the way. I hope that everybody's enjoying themselves and that we all go forward from here. So thanks so much for tuning in. As you can see, I'm not at the desk. We're doing a remote stream, but we are kicking off and we're going to have ourselves a blast with some of these teams and some of these battles as we go forward. It's literally beginning now. So stay tuned, rock with me, be a part of this journey as we go forward. And have ourselves some joyous moments going forward. Alrighty, that in mind, I'm gonna kick these games off. But before we do, I want to talk about Apex Legends. As you guys know, I've been hosting these tournaments and we've been really locked in for the first season. It was an incredible time. And then now we're in between season 1 and season 2, doing these exhibitions, just putting some teams together and having ourselves a good night as we go forward. Alrighty, so you are welcome to be a part of that and to enjoy yourself. Feel free to come over to our Discord, sign up for these events. Everybody's welcome. There's no exclusiveness to one console or PC. Doesn't matter what region you're in. We do cross play, cross region, everything here to bring the community together as best as possible for the world. And I'm blessed and humbled to do this. I do have the most incredible staff member, See the One You Envy, who controls the scoreboards. And that is probably the most pivotal part of all this, as you'll see the leaderboards throughout the event. And she will be holding that down. I do want to discuss one important thing that's happening. The ALGS events are happening now, and a lot of these teams are prepping for it. Some teams that you'll see today are preparing for the ALGS, and they're still in the thick of it, trying to figure that out, but they are ready to go so that they can qualify for the $5 million that the Apex Legends Global Series is offering. So super interesting to have those type of guys on board. And I'm loving it. And speaking of loving it, let's go straight into these matches with game number 1 kicking off. And we're looking at a team here that we've known and seen a few times. They've been performing very well. And today they are officially back Team Fate, cool kids, of course. Team Fate getting in here, looking to make a name for themselves during these matches, and it's going to be a good time to see them back again. For me personally, I love it when returning teams come to put in some work, and it's going to be a smaller lobby today, but we still have a lot of action that's going to take place. As you can see right now, I'm going to go ahead and take a third-person view and give this a quick look. They have a team that is contesting them. As a matter of fact, 2 teams right in their vicinity, so they will be having some trouble. And this is Apex, guys. I know I'm putting it in third person, but something you rarely see in tournaments is third person view of Apex. And this, of course, is a fun way to check out Apex. And we're going to look around to see who's next door to them. The Catalysts are right above them, looting, trying to get prepared. When you drop, the key component to me is all about fast loading. 60 seconds and move to the next area. You're not going to find some miracle somewhere. You want to pick up everything you can as fast as you can. So speaking of as fast as you can, we're looking at the Catalyst going ahead to make a name for themselves, trying to get themselves acclimated here. And I like where they are right now. This is a good rotation area, and they're very close to the ring, so they don't have much to worry about other than looting up and prepping. Again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoy today's event as we go forward. Should be a really good time with some great teams going forward. And speaking of great teams, it looks like we have a new team that we've never seen before. ODU Silver in the building and getting some work done. I want to give a shout out to everybody watching right now live. We thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Apex Legends at its finest. Top players, pro players, amateurs, you know, casuals, all in the same lobby right now trying to get some work done. And we're looking at new teams that have not entered in our tournaments yet, and they are here officially ready to go. From PC players to console players, everybody's on board right here. And we have 2 ODU teams, Team Blue and Team Silver. I like what I'm seeing here. That'll be very interesting. Speaking of interesting, Team Risk already taking some action, and they see the threats right next door, and they look like they actually want to take this fight at this time, which is a good idea for them to be able to capitalize. They're going to play this smart, get into the building and hold this position for the moment. But I definitely like what I'm seeing by them. The funny part is they might get third-partied. As they are getting third-party at the same time, this could be a very wild situation for them. Starting off hot, looking real good. They're fighting 2 teams, and they gotta hold this position and hope those 2 teams fight each other. If not, it'll be some trouble. F22 in the building right next door to Risk, looking for some action across the way. And you like what you see here. 3 teams, KI versus Team Risk versus 2020, all in the building right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing by these guys, and it's gonna be interesting how this plays out. It looks like Risk is going to get out of the building, decide to be the third-party pusher. Sometimes it's a smart move. Allow the other 2 teams to fight and just back off and hope that you can get in at the right time for that third party. And I love what I'm seeing right now by KI, holding it down as we speak, and it's looking good so far. Thank you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. So far, so good. Hope you guys are enjoying the start of the match. Looks like Risk is popping off on KI. KI did not see Risk in the basket, and now they're gonna have to try to find an escape. Down in 1 player right there, and here they go. They're gonna make their push and take this fight. They understand they hurt them bad, and now they can try to capitalize on this situation. We'll see if they can actually climb in. Oh my goodness, that right there would have been an amazing jump from these guys. Thank everybody on the chat. Jasenia, Blur, SGN, I see you. Muhammad Ali, thank you very much. Muhammad is one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. And as we talk about the greatest right now, shots still being fired by Risk, deciding to push this pace, and they did push them back, but I don't know if they have this fully won right now. They're going uphill literally and figuratively, and it's a dangerous thing to do when you start off in these fights. But it is very early and we still got a lot. If you have any questions, please head to the Discord for event and tournament questions. Thank you very much for tuning in as we go forward. We're going to keep on watching Risk here as KI decides to actually back off and leave the area. F22 still alive as well. They were, all three of them were in a fight and they decided to back off, which is a smart move. And take a second and check this out. Fate gets one of their players down by a solo artist in the mix. My goodness, it is about to get real, folks. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. Team Fate, one of the fun teams to watch in the past couple tournaments that we've had, and they are trying to make a name for themselves right now. Gotta love it. And they lose another player, folks, and it looks like it's Juan wants to dominate here, and he's shooting amazing, and he's solo in the mix right now, putting in the work, trying to get this win. Oh my goodness, and he downs another player, and right there, just great stuff by him. And talking about great stuff, ODW in the building, trying to take some action here and get in position properly as we go forward. Look at this. OD, we're gonna call them Team Blue because it's a lot easier than ODW, and they're shooting some shots at R99/Raven as they try to rotate. These are one of the hardest things to do in Apex, is actually really having some trouble. And here we go. It's just the start of the event, and already a lot of great action. Everybody trying to reposition himself and get into a good spot and hold it down. Pretty much the main thing is about holding down your position. And right now, OD's pushing R99 back as hard as possible, doing it right and taking care of business. Perfect shots, really laying it down. And can they get the job done is a question. They're chasing down R99 at this very moment, and it looks like R99 made it out, but Wand is in the mix as well, and this player has 2 kills already, surprising teams all by himself, doing a good job. And what a game it is, ladies and gentlemen. For everybody watching, this is a tournament matchup. There are format rules to break down, and we will do that as the game goes. Basically, it's match point. Teams are battling to get to 50 points, and the way they do that is placement points and kills. And if you are a player, you should have the information on the Discord where you signed up, but also we will have it displayed and we'll break it down further as the matches happen. Of course, in between every match, we'll explain it and then give you guys the leaderboards and run it down as well. So stay tuned and rock with us as we go forward. It's looking really good right now for Team Blue, holding the high ground, and they're so confident that they're moving deeper into the ring confidently, and that's what you want to see from teams like this. Just take their shot. And talking about shot, Team Risk seems to be consistently in fights, and they just wiped out some players here. Now they're in control, holding it down at this very moment, and that's what you want to see. Loving what I'm seeing. We're going to take a moment just to listen to the gameplay. I will be back as your co-host here. Please drop some questions, some comments in the chat. Let's interact real soon. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Loving what I'm seeing right now by Team Risk, being super aggressive. And this is what you want to do. The lobby isn't packed, but there are some great players here, and they're going to be pushing the pace. As you can see right now, I'm liking Team Risk. Already has some points on the board and really pushing the pace in this fight right now. It is not an easy thing to do, I can tell you that. But when you do it right, you will gladly, and I mean gladly, be excited after you see the scoreboards, after wiping a couple of teams off of the board here. And here it goes right now. The push starts here. They get up into the roof, trying to push right now and see if they can take this fight. One of the players finds his exit route, but getting lasered and downed. And just good stuff by Team Risk, doing a really good job. They have one of the players trapped on the bottom. They're getting third party, but they decide to take it easy here and stay on the roof, holding this down without fear. And you love what you see there. There's a team right below them as well, so they have to be extremely careful about this fight here. So it's about 3 teams, well, 4 teams in total in this area, and it's dangerous as can be. I'm loving what I'm seeing by Team Risk, deciding to be the risk taker and hold the high ground. And then speaking of the high ground, one of their players gets down, but they hit him from behind. Great shots here, not enough, and it's down to their last player. I love what Catalyst has done here. They decided to push the pace and they've controlled it. They're gonna pick up their teammate and still have a chance here to fight this fight. And right now Gibby deciding to reload, heal up, and prep while his teammates are on the outside still fighting Team Risk. The action-packed first game off the rip, and I'm loving it. As you can see right here, super aggressive push, and that is confidence at its finest, taking out Team Risk. Catalyst, a team we've seen perform amazing throughout our tournaments in the first season, has come out in this exhibition and killed it with amazing aggression there and really capitalizing on that situation. And right outside is R99 healing up, possibly prepping for a fight with Catalyst. And these two teams have seen each other multiple times, and I'm talking about at least 20 tournaments they have faced each other. So when you play the same team over and over, you get to know their strats, you get to understand what legends they use, what weapons they use, and it really helps you prepare for the fight. And you can see here, Catalysts are in it for the long game. When you pull out a Caustic, you're trying to win games. And he has been buffed a month and a half ago, and it was amazing to see him be more viable. And right now, Catalyst just holding their ground and being very careful. There's a team behind them. They just noticed it, and they're just trying to spot where the team is and not get hit at the same time. And great stuff by them to kind of keep this team back. We're going to switch it over to their teammate Jaga, trying to make a play and get this done. Super solid so far. Look at this, Catalyst even using the Gibby bubble, and they picked up a Spitfire. Somebody's going to be spitting fire. It's a weapon some say many things about. We won't even get into it. But right above them, they have to be careful. There's a team looking to push them, so they're going to rotate out of there, and I'm liking what the Catalysts are doing here. Smart move, get deeper into the ring, focus on the win. Reason the ring is important is because it allows you to have a fighting ground. It's something that we don't talk about much, but having a place to actually stay in and fight is critical, and a lot of Apex is about finding the right rotations. So right now they're not in the best position. This is a very tight area, and they can get hit with a lot of grenades, which they are getting hit, somehow surviving all of it at the moment. But it's a dangerous situation where one good grenade can stick to one of these players and they'll be in trouble big time. And at the moment, looking really solid for the Catalyst. Let's take a look right outside. R99 is gonna be laying some shots in, doing real good damage right there, hip firing, but he gets taken down, and it looks like R99's about to meet their fate and get into some more battles, as they have a team on behind them as well that they're trying to fight off. So this is a little bit of a chaotic moment for R99, wanting to push Team Catalyst inside of there, but having a team to the left of them, and it is jam-packed action from the start to the finish. Guys, this is exactly what you want to see, and I'm loving it. And we're down to the last 4 teams, and it's looking really good for Team Catalyst holding down that position. And while they are getting poked at, it's not enough to force them to rotate or anything like that. They are very comfortable in their position, and it's looking like R99 lost their player. They're gonna have to figure out what is going on. Let's take a quick spin around and see who's left. ODU is finally getting into the ring here, and they got the backside of this position. Sometimes this is a great thing because you can let the other team start the fight, and then you can come in and rotate. So they might have a very great position going forward. And we want to look at the teams that we haven't talked about just yet. Team YD Fun, they're about to begin very shortly, and they are very comfortable on the backside. They're going to start rotating in. They have to be careful with this. When you're taking this long to rotate, teams will have the high ground and they'll be waiting for you guys. So this is one of those positions where you got to be very careful on how this plays out. And all these teams are taking their time and waiting it out. This is the last hurrah, let's say, where everybody waits for 2 teams to battle and the rest emerge to try to get the W. And the one team hurting right now, R99 and Ravens, are hurting pretty bad, missing a player. And hopefully they can work that out and make some action go. But the rest of these teams are very solid and in decent positions for the game. I like where ODW Blue is holding it down in this high ground position. They can drop down and get some safety. They can stay up here with the Gibby whenever they get assaulted, and it's just overall a nice area to keep for the moment, depending on what happens next when the ring closes and everybody starts rotating deeper in. And we're going to see right now the team in the worst position and trying to find their answers right now. YD looking for a play. As it all slows down for a moment, we're going to see some chaotic gameplay in just a second. It's going to get very nasty. This is the final ring with 4 teams left, and it's going to get very dangerous shortly here as the ring starts to close. We're looking at YD needing to move in. The Catalyst holding a very nice position at the moment, and Team Blue above, the best position for today in this matchup so far. doing a really solid job here, keeping this high ground and letting these teams basically fight it off. As you can see right now, R99 spotted them and is trying to push them back just a little bit. And great shots right now by Bella. Just so everybody knows, Bella from R99 is cousins with Covert. So we got some family members playing with each other, and we love to have family. That's what it's all about in life, guys. So we hope y'all enjoy everything that we got going on right now. And speaking of what we got going on, let's take a quick look. It looks like YD is going to make their push right here, getting ready for the fight. They move deeper in, get some shots off. Not enough, but it's a start, and they're about to get in it thick. As you can see right now, R99 finds the high ground on the opposite side, and everybody's emerging upon each other. And here it goes right here, folks. Looks like YD wants to take the Catalyst's position, but they are getting suppressed by multiple teams here, and they're waiting for their moment. Great shots there, downing a player, and now they are sitting very comfortable at the moment until the third party starts to begin. And it looks like the Catalysts are very confident where they are, not too worried for the moment, reviving their teammate and taking care of business. They have multiple shots fired, great hit fire with the Eva. Looks like the Catalysts are actually about to lose themselves for the, and there it is. Team Blue wiped out multiple teams during that situation. Unreal. Great stuff. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you enjoyed that start right there. Surprise win by Team Blue, being able to really hold it down in this situation. We're going to take a quick look at the grand finale there as we go forward. And ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. I'm going to go ahead and show you the format. I'm going to break it all down as we go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching an Apex match point system. This is a very critical system because all that it does and the way that it works is every player can score points through placement or eliminations. If you go with eliminations, then you'll get 1 point for the first round, 2 points for the second round, 3 points for the third round, 4 points for the fourth round, and so on. The way this works is placement, you'll get 12 points. Second place will get first place will get 12 points. Second place will get 9 points. Third place will get 7 points. And this continues every single round, and we'll have everybody get on board. This is a match point system, and the way it works is once these teams reach 50, that is the match point threshold. That makes them eligible to win it all, but they have to get first place after the match where they reach the match points threshold. A very simple system, straightforward, and we hope you guys enjoy. So far, so good. It was a great first round, and we're going to have a lot more going forward from here. With that in mind, that is the leaderboard. That is how, that is the scoreboard as far as match point format. So if you get first place, you're going to get 12 points, etc., etc. Eliminations every round, there's a multiplier, and there's plenty of goodness going on. Again, this is a exhibition for everybody. He's just starting off. We still have a long way to go. and then we'll go from there. But we thank you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. We're gonna show the scores in a minute. Once Envy updates them, we'll gladly present them to the world here. So let's tune in and stay with us. We are locked in and loaded as we go forward. Give you guys a quick preview of what the season will hold when it comes to presentation. We have a lot more that we do, but we're keeping it as simple as possible. And I believe Envy said yes. I'm not sure if that means the scores are ready, but we're going to go for it. Here are the scores. Ladies and gentlemen, starting off hot, steaming, a brand new team, ODU Blue with 20 points. That is a banger to begin these events. And we are loving that. Again, they have to reach 50 first. So all of these teams in the bottom brackets have a chance to get back on the leaderboards and score enough to win the game. It's funny because the multiplier each round makes eliminations even higher. So get ready to see some teams at the bottom of the bracket come back up and get the ball rolling. All right, enjoy what you're seeing. We're gonna let you get a quick view of this leaderboards while we prep for game 2. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin the next match, but thank you all so much for tuning in. We just wanted to give you guys a second to check out the scoreboards. I'll read them out for you guys and give you guys a breakdown on how it all works. All right, ODW Blue with 20 points. They won the game, which gave them 12. Then they got a bunch of eliminations along the process, which totals to 20. And then Catalyst, who we saw pretty much a very defensive team doing a good job with a Caustic and a Gibby basically controlling areas, got 14 points. Team Risk, one of the most aggressive teams in the lobby, has 9 points. R99/Ravens have 9 points as well. YD Fun with 8 points. Team Fate about to get it going as we go forward. Looking real good from them. And then of course Team Silver with 4 points. Team Juan with 4 points. KIQs with 2 points. F22 with 2 points as well. And M Cubed with 1 point. And of course Raven Alpha in the building with 1 point as well. All right, thank you guys for watching. We're just getting started. There's a lot of games left. Understand, these teams are battling until they reach 50. When a team reaches 50, they still have to be number one overall in order to win. So it is gonna get wild and it's gonna get crazy. So should be a fun time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It is just the start of today's tournaments. There's a lot more in store as we go forward. As you guys know, continue to bring you nothing but the best of Apex Legends tournament series. And game number 2 is about to begin. Go ahead and drop your predictions in the chat. Want to try to engage with you guys and build on top of that so you can know what exactly is happening. We took enough time waiting for things to settle in. But we will have you get on board and rock with us throughout these matchups. With that being said, lock in. Honestly speaking, check out the scoreboard, see who's on the bottom of the bracket. I can guarantee you one of these teams will come back up. Look at Raven Alpha with only 1 point. MQ, who we didn't really get to showcase on the first match, has 1 point. F22 only has 2 points, but it's the first game. We want to have and see these teams possibly come back, and we've seen it. The reason there's a multiplier because these are exhibitions and they're not the championship tournament finales where we don't add multipliers. Since this is a community focused setup, we add the multiplier so that teams can have a lot more fun, get exciting, and really get the ball rolling as they go forward. So watch out for that. And who knows how this will play out. And we hope you guys enjoy as we go forward. Just to give you guys some great news, I'm going to start the tournament series in November. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to try to give you guys official dates here, but we're going to start it in November, and it's going to be another good old time. And speaking of good times, let's take a second and check out a team we don't know anything about, that we've not seen in these tournaments right now as we go into game number 2 at this very moment. So here we are, beginning with the hot, trying to get hot MQ, trying to find themselves some action. There is a team right next door to them. Team Blue is right next door to Team MQ. So this can get very dangerous very early, as both these two teams are looking to get things rocking. Everybody watching, we hope you guys are enjoying this. There is a 5-minute delay on the stream on purpose. We want to protect the players from any type of stream sniping on our side. We do tell the players as well to put delays on their stream because we don't want them to get stream sniped from their side as well. We can't control other players' streams, but on ours there is a delay because we want to have fair play. And speaking of fair play, MCube not picking a fight yet and taking their time here, and that can be a good thing for them. They got to score some points so you can get some placement points, but you also want some eliminations. And we'll see how this all plays out. Should be a good time. They actually know somebody's in the vicinity, but they have not went to go make that move. So, should be interesting.
Let's reposition here.
And we are looking to get some more action for you shortly, and we're going to rotate around to other teams who are in the mix right now. Let's go on over to Team Silver, who's in a fight at this very moment against R99. As you see R99 popping some shots, healing up and taking their time, standing next to Marvin to make sure they can stay in control and keep things rolling. And great shots by R99 here, but it's one player versus a team right now. They have to be very careful on how they play this out. And so far, so good. Bella Clutch has been incredible for our tournaments. And so far, so good by her, being able to keep control of her situation. As we go forward, she's all alone. She's got to try to revive her teammates if she really wants to win this and score some type of points. She's got a full team ascending on her right now. Let's take a quick look. And as a matter of fact, it's a one-on-one, folks. And she will have a moment to actually eliminate this team if she can. Team Risk right next door, though. That's why she hasn't made the move, understanding there's a third team and she gets wiped out. And great stuff by Team Risk to clean up shop right there and do a good job taking control of the area and holding it down. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, I just announced that we will have our tournament series for season 2 starting when the new season for Apex Legends begins. So in the start of November, we look to start our tournament series as well. And yes, we will be playing only in the new map. I'm very excited about that. I just got an email. The reason I'm only announcing this now is because I got an email from EA about me being able to host during that time. So we should be good. I do got to email them back and confirm everything, but it's a lock for us to play in the new map only and enjoy ourselves as we go forward. So it should be a really good time. And right now we're looking at Team Alpha, but we're going to rotate around and check in with some of these teams. And right now, Team Silver back in the fight again. Got to be very careful here. They lose out on one of their players and now they're down. And it looks like Team Risk staying in the fight here and continuing to get some work done as they go forward. And you got to love Team Risk. They're scoring big points here and they're not giving up on these fights. So I love what I'm seeing by them. And of course, the legendary Bloodhound, still one of the best legends in the game. Had a discussion about Seer versus Bloodhound and might have overstated myself on Seer because I liked him. I was hyped up about him releasing, but Bloodhound is still extremely viable, especially with players who are super aggressive. So let's see what happens right now as Team Risk is on the hunt right now, chasing down a team, trying to find where they are, and they actually do locate them at this moment as they're rotating through the rift. This can get very dangerous for Team Risk as they rotate, because other teams can also come in third party this situation. So they got to be careful, find good cover, and stay in control. We thank you guys for watching. Feel free to drop some comments. Tell me what team you like, what legend you like. Or if you've seen the new update that is coming out with the new map and the new weapon plus the new legend called Ash. There's so much stuff coming into the next season. I'm very excited about that. I think we needed this desperately, and I'm super thrilled about what we have going on. We're taking a good look right now at Team Risk. Again, that one of the few teams that I continue to watch because they're playing super aggressive. But we're going to rotate around and check on a few other teams close by. As we see right now, the Catalyst, Raven Alpha, all right next door to each other, about to get into some fights, and they are already fighting as you see the shots being rained down. And this is going to be very interesting. Teams we know and we love, Raven Alpha has put on a show for our tournaments time and time again, and they are continuing that right now, trying to make a push as they go forward. And everybody watching, remember this is on a 5-minute delay. We thank you guys for interacting on different social medias, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We appreciate all of you guys. I answer your questions without repeating or reading them, but I do answer them as much as I can. And I love you guys very much for showing love and support during these matchups. And right now it's hot and heavy right now for Team Alpha, an intense moment where they're just scouting to figure out where was that team that was trying to gate them off. They found a way into where the team was, but the team has left the area. So super interesting to see them take over the spot. Oh, wait a minute. They are right next door in a building across the way, and it's about to get real. YD about to get into it, and we're gonna see Raven Alpha, a team we've known and loved, compete against a new team that we can hopefully see do well as well. We love to see competition. It's all about the best performances and putting on a show for the viewers. For me personally, who wins or loses, it's not really an important factor for me. I pretty much focus on the excitement and enjoyment of great performances. And right now, YD doing a good thing, scanning the beacon and deciding to not take this fight and possibly rotating out of there. And it looks like they really am not too worried. And they're stretching it out as we speak. I like what I'm seeing by YD here. Playing it smart in that situation there, just taking their time, not pushing the pace. And let's see what they can do. They got multiple teams in this area. M Cubed is right here, and then remember that Raven Alpha was also here as well. So a lot going on, and they decide to rotate. After scanning that beacon, they should have rotated right away just to get themselves in the best position possible, and that's what they're looking to do. They're going to move out deeper down and trying to get in the best possible position. They got to be careful. This is a very hot zone in Olympus, and it's going to be deadly if they're not careful in this spot. And right now they scan, there's nothing in the labs, and it looks pretty clear for the moment, but they got to rotate deeper into the ring and not give themselves any time to be vulnerable. And YD so far just playing tactical and smart, and sometimes this is key. A lot of us get super aggressive and it can cost our team the game, because if you go down or if you pick a fight and we all start fighting and it doesn't work out, it can cost you a lot of points. So far so good by YD to just rotate deeper into the ring and find their positioning. And speaking of positioning, it's looking like F22, we rotated over to them right now, and they're looking like they got into a fight, but they're backing off as well. And this is one of those things, sometimes you just got to back off. And speaking of back off, Team Blue getting into it heavy right now, calling in the Bloodhound. We're going to rotate around to their Gibby to see where he is. And he's holding the high ground, but deciding to drop down low to heal up and prep for this. Game 2 in the building right now. Team Blue trying to get deeper into the flow, as they are #1 overall with 20 points on the first game. But this second game, they haven't really scored much yet until now, possibly taking on this fight. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna turn off the music and let the gameplay speak for itself. Some great shots, some great fights here right now. Team Blue, the top team that needs to get eliminated for others to climb up that leaderboard. They got to eliminate these guys. Only 7 teams left. And Team Blue is still in it, fighting strong and doing a good job to push this team and force them into a bad position. Amazing shots. They're about to finish this team off right here. EVA 8 in motion and perfectly done right here, cleaning it up just like you want to see. And Team Blue looking like they're giving people blacks and blues. Get it? And funny enough, YD is right across the way, and they could have third party that, but they decide to rotate deeper into the ring. Again, we're going to see how this plays out for YD. They are playing placement, which is an important thing to do, but they're very, very careful about how they play it. So far, so good for YD. And we're going to rotate around and check out other teams that are deeper in the mix right now. Team Risk. Again, this has been a super aggressive team. They scored a lot of points here, and they have been aggressive the first game, and they're aggressive once again. Right now they already have 9 points from the first game, and they're going into this one with a lot more because there is a multiplier. Every elimination you get 2 points. So super interesting to see how they play this out. And Team Risk using that porter to get back in the flow. A quick little aggressive fight with Wraith. I like that. And they decided to back off. They couldn't win that fight. They're going to waste too much ammo, too many heals to fight off this team when they have to try and stay in the ring. And they're doing the right thing here. Sometimes, guys, it's really all about playing it smart. Don't let your pride doesn't make you smart. It's one thing I always preach. Pride makes you stupid. And right now they let their pride go and decided to rotate deeper into the ring. They might not win this fight, but they're deeper in the ring in a better position than they were before. Now they can fight the rest of the match in this ring rather than having to fight. Oh, and they're going to be very careful here. Beautiful shots, downing one of the players, but they have no cover. And again, a rotation is a problem. Team Risk about to get finished by Catalyst. And yes, they do. Catalyst coming in with a bang. They were second place with 14 on the first game, and they come back and eliminate, wipe out Team Risk. Doing a good job here with only 4 teams left. Solid stuff by Team Catalyst. And we're going to rotate around and check on ODU, who's rotating deeper into the ring as they go forward, looking for some action, and they don't see anything at the moment. And shots being ranged off, and it's not looking good for Team Blue, who's on the outside of this fight here, and they want to rotate and reposition on how to get in on this fight right here. And it's not a good look. There's not a lot of cover, and again, you're gonna basically waste a lot of heals to try to get into the fight. And as you see, one of their players gets down. Now they're gonna try to find a way up, and I'm loving what I'm seeing by Team Catalyst, just chaining control here and in the right position for the rest of the round and possibly the next round. We will see where the ring closes here, but it's looking really good for the Catalyst, who scored big points already and continue to dominate. And as we speak right now, Catalyst just holding down the fort, and that's all you want to do. Play it patient here, but also understand they got a minute left to rotate deeper into the ring. So these other teams, and look at this, right below Team Catalyst is Team Blue. So they have to be extremely careful on how this whole thing works out. Both teams have to rotate, and there it is right there. Catalyst hurting Team Blue and possibly wanting to push the pace, but they're very comfortable where they are right now. Again, Catalyst above Team Blue, and this is a good scenario to understand about rotations. If you were already in the next ring, you wouldn't have to deal with this. Now, one of these teams possibly will be eliminated because they did not rotate in time, and now they have to fight each other to figure it out. And we're looking at Catalyst with the best position, and look at this, the Arc Stars are going to rain in heavy. And man, oh man, Catalyst pushing the pace. They lose one of their players. He went in solo. I don't know what was the idea there, but he went in solo without a team, and that's not a good look. 3 guns are better than 1, as always. And right now, Team Blue actually has the advantage. 2-on-3 fight, trying to get into the mix, and right above, holding the high ground, waiting. And perfectly done, amazing stuff, positioning himself properly. And right now they're about to eliminate Team Catalyst. Solid stuff here. And Team Catalyst down to their last player, and he gets eliminated. And great stuff by Team Blue. While we see that, YD coming in the mix, but getting hit very hard right now. Somehow surviving that fight. Now it's just YD who's getting pushed by Team Blue, who's fully decked out. It's looking like Team Blue once again will come back and take this game, and yes, they do. Beautiful stuff by Team Blue, capitalizing at the end. Proper positioning and perfect setup for them to get that win right there. Ladies and gentlemen, talk about greatness. You just witnessed it. And Team Blue continuing their reign. They had 20 points to start off, and now they will have a lot more. And I'm going to break down the format once again for those who don't know how it all plays out. Format is pretty basic. All of these teams are fighting through points. The way to get points is through placement and through eliminations. Eliminations are the best way for you to score. And basically the way that works is placements are 12 points for the first place team. Second place team will get 9 points. Third place team will get 7 points, and so on, as you see here on the screen. Then eliminations is where it gets very interesting. In the first round, it was 1 point per elimination. In the second round, it was 2 points per elimination. The third round, it is going to be 3 points per elimination. So you're going to be able to come back and win big in this matchup going forward. You have a chance. Anybody in these matchups will be able to see how this changes everything. Once we show the leaderboards on this game and you look at the next one, you can see something amazing in these matchups. So should be very interesting to see how it all plays out. Teams have come back and won it all when they were in the bottom of the bracket, and it's still very possible. At the same time, we do have some dominant teams who are really looking incredible. Teams like Team ODU Blue, Team Catalyst, Team Risk, Team YD. Those teams right there have been very aggressive, and they have over 20 plus points each team. And then top that off, the teams below that are right next door. They can easily catch right back up in this fight. So get ready, get rolling. It's going to be a good one shortly as we go forward. We thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope you're enjoying it so far. I know I am. I always love these matchups. It's always exciting to see how's it all rolling. And again, it's still very early. Still some more games to play. And we're waiting for the teams to get in so that we can get the ball rolling. We're going to show you guys the scores in a second once we get the confirmation that scores are officially updated. But man, it's going to be interesting. You guys all know that you watch these matchups. With this format, any team can catch right back up on game 3 or game 4 or even game 5. There's no limit to how many games we can play, but teams can catch up fast and get to 50. Once they reach 50, this is where you have to get first place in the next matchup. And it's a very, very simple thing, but it's very, very hard. It's a simple to explain, harder to do when you have everybody in the lobby gunning you down. So super interesting. I'm going to go ahead and show the leaderboards, even though I'm not sure they're ready, just because we want to keep this tournament matchup going and we don't want to wait all day. So from what we're seeing now, unless this gets updated again, Team ODU has 50 points. What does that mean? That means the tournament just started. That means you're about to see some very exciting next matchups. That means that they have to win first place in any of the next games. If they get it this next games, they're in. And if they get it, 2 games from now, they will win. Anybody with 50 has a chance to win the tournament, but they have to reach 50 first. For example, the Catalysts only have 31 points. If they score over 20 points on the next game, they will have 50, and they can do the same thing and try to get first place overall to win the matchups. So that is how that works. You want to take a look at the scores and understand something. Catalysts are right next door with 31 points. Risk have close with 25. They're sitting very comfortable. And then you're looking at Juan with 17 points. R99 with 12 points. ODU, Silver with 11. KIQ with 8. Fate with 6. F22 with 5. M Cubed with 3, and Raven Alpha with 3. And that is the scores for the moment. But we will see a big game coming up shortly on this next one, because this is where all the marbles take place. So get ready, get rolling. Game 3 is underway. It's anybody's game. The only team that's possible to win on this next game 3 is going to be ODU Blue. But if the teams eliminate that team, then we will be seeing a game 4. Everybody else has a chance to catch back up, because in game 3, the points are 3 points per elimination. You're going to score big points and get yourself right back into the fight. So should be interesting. We will see how it all works out. Going to give you guys a second just to check out the scores. And we're starting game number 3 right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready. We are getting the ball started right now. Game 3 is just beginning. As you can see here, should be an interesting match. We already seen a lot of the scores, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the aggressive play. I'm loving the true heavy hitters in the building so far by all of these teams going forward. So lock into game number 3. And what's exciting is that there's multipliers. All the teams that you think are in the bracket low and not doing so good have a chance to win it all, come back and make a move. All right, so get ready for that, as we will rotate around to check out Team Blue for a second to see what's going on around them, because this is the team to beat. And they're already in a fight, I believe, unless they're fighting one of those bots that they shoot down. See some shots being fired, nothing there. They're very comfortable right now in one of the best locations right here during this match. They're far away from the ring though. It's a dangerous situation because while they're in the launch site, I'm sorry, while they're in the when they're in the launch site, they have to be careful because they're gonna have to rotate into the ring, which is next door, but so will 2 other teams within the area. As you can see here, there's one team to the left of them, so they're gonna have a decent time, clear path for the moment until these teams start emerging deeper into the ring to get them. And it's gonna be interesting because what you're seeing here is a really good solid setup for some of the teams above, but below they're gonna have to work their way and fight each other off to get deeper into the ring. And we'll come back to Team Blue in a minute. We want to go ahead and check out Team Risk. Seems to always be in a fight, and you love that as a viewer. That's what we're here for, isn't it? And solid performance by them. As you know, Team Risk have 25 points, and just to explain it a little further, with 25 points, if they eliminate this team right now, which it looks like they're doing, they got one of their players down. They're going to continue to push this fight. After they eliminate this team here, possibly, and there it goes right there, and they do it, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting 3 points per player. That's 9 points for one team elimination. That is huge. So they just went up in the bracket. They had 25 and they just scored that 9 points, giving them a chance to possibly control this and get themselves deeper in the win column going forward. So loving what I'm seeing from them. And we're going to go ahead and rotate around as we look at Team R99 pushing the pace here. Look at this surprise attack, and it's nothing like a Valkyrie. You can get up anywhere just when you thought you were safe, and she is rotating out of there. But I love Valkyrie. She's just a feel-good character to play with. All of her mobility, the vertical play is fun. And speaking of that, she's getting hit very hard right now. A Thermite taking her out. Perfectly done. And right now, Team Fate pushing the pace on R99, and they can possibly surprise them. As you see here, they're getting pushed pretty hard, and solid work by Team Fate to try to get aggressive. And understand, Team Fate is in 9th place with 6 points, but with this fight right now, they took down 2 of R99's players. They're gonna score a lot of points, and imagine if they get that 3rd elimination as well. That would give them even more points. As you can see here, 2 of R99's players getting taken down, and great performance by Fate, who wants to get up in the bracket. They were in 9th place with only 6 points, but this right here, an extra 6 points already, giving them 12. So they can keep climbing up that chart. It's not over until it's over, guys. It's a lot of fight for all these teams on the lower brackets as we go forward. And speaking of lower brackets, Team Silver, who's currently in 7th place, is fighting against F22, two teams not in the top 5. So they're going to try and work something out, and they get super aggressive, but they get hit super hard, and perfectly done right here by F22, and they're about to finish it, and they do. F22 eliminating three players, giving themselves 9 points for this round, adding to their 5, which is really good for them. Now they're going to be able to push the pace and get the ball rolling. And speaking of rolling, man, we have seen some great stuff throughout this matchup so far. Super aggressive teams, and I wish this was the official season 2, but man, it's starting to look a lot like Christmas when it comes to the action-packed nature of what we're seeing. And this is what we live for, isn't it? If you're an Apex player, and if you're not an Apex player, you might want to give the game a go. It's going to be very difficult. It's a high learning curve to play at a high level. There's a lot of great mobility in the game, and it's a fast-paced action, but it's also about being smart and patient and rotating in the right position. So there's a lot of variables to take into account, a lot of strategic aspects to consider. And we're going to go ahead and check out YD, who were just suppressing one of the teams, and we want to talk about what we're seeing right now. I want to go into Team Blue, who's sitting very comfortable, and I talk about teams that are very, very confident and comfortable. Team Blue not pressed too hard, but they're about to get pressed here. They just caught up with one of the teams trying to rotate with them as well, and they can gate them off in this position here. So super interesting. We're going to see how they play this. Got to be very smart about your positioning, and look at this, getting hit already. We want to keep an eye on Team Blue. They have the score. They have 50. They have a chance to win it all. So be careful with Team Blue here, who can pretty much seal the deal and win this tournament right now. Gonna give you guys a little bit of in-game insight so you can hear and Team Blue getting a really good position. But look at this. You get hit with a caustic trap. Got to be careful here. There is no team, but they're sitting in a good position to try and rotate here. And they got to just survey the area, figure out where everybody is and what is going on before they decide to make a move, because there will be teams pushing or pressing them as they rotate deeper into the ring. And they're not too far, so they're pretty comfortable here. For now, just focus on what is happening in the areas and then go from there. Solid work so far. Team Blue doing a real good job. They have to win this in order to finish this tournament, but so can any other team. Next teams that reach 50 have the same opportunity, so it should be interesting. If Team Blue does not win it all in this game right here, we'll go into game number 4. And I always love spectating on Bloodhounds because you get to see the footprints and you get to see a lot of details on how to utilize him. If you have a good Bloodhound who will scan at perfect timing, hit perfect shots, use the passive to be able to track where the enemies are going, or things like that are very critical. And they are chasing down a player here, and they got to be careful. They want to hold the position from the high ground, sure, but they don't want to give themselves up. And as you see, they're getting hit from the left side as well from another team, so they have to be careful about their placement. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We are in game 3, man, and so far C1UNV controlling the scoreboard, doing a good job. And then these players and teams are getting it done as best as humanly possible when it comes to performance. And at the moment, I like what these guys are doing, and they're trying to rotate deeper, and they have a really good position for the game. There's only one dangerous team next to them. Everybody else is far off. So let's take a quick look and see what is going on right now. Looking like Team Alpha's right on the outside, getting suppressed, but holding it down. This is a nice position. They have 2-ring advantage here where they can hold this for 2 extra rounds. And Team Alpha, understanding that placement points is critical, are trying to play for placement. But sometimes in these events where you're getting the multiplier for eliminations, you want to go for eliminations as well. It's a little bit of both, and we're going to see how it all plays out. And I'm loving, like I said, I'm loving what I'm seeing by Team Alpha with the right positioning. They're holding this down, and right next door to them is Team Fate, saying that they want to stay in this fight as well. And Team Fate in 9th place want to get back on top of things. So we'll see how this works out. Team Fate has scored a lot in this round, so they can possibly get right in the top of the leaderboards there with this game here. Interesting stuff. We're gonna go ahead and turn around and check out Team Blue, who's in the back end, relaxing, holding this to themselves and not really getting too aggressive and just wanting to keep the right position. They have a chance to win this tournament right now. The only team able to, because they have 50 points. So anything can happen. We shall see. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. All of my normal viewers like Jasenia and all the supporters, we love you so much. And so far, once again, this is a 5-minute delay, so apologies if I don't get to your comments right away. That being said, we're looking at Team Blue, the team with 50+ points. They have a chance to win it all right now if they can finish this game. And of course, they're going to have teams emerging, submerging, and trying to get them eliminated. And Gibby trying to hit him with the spitty, getting some shots off, putting in work, and making it do what it do right now. Taking his time, and I'm loving it. And oh no, Team Blue, one of their players goes down, Danny, but it's from afar, so they have enough. Oh my goodness, no it isn't. The team is right next door, and it's gonna get very wild right here. Look at this beautiful rotation, professional play right now by Team ODU Blue, with an amazing revive with the Gibby bubble, and using that bubble to also get Valkyrie to get them out of that situation. And they found a way to rotate around, and now they know where they are and what they have to do in this situation. Is still dangerous, but it's better than what they were in a second ago. And now they're going to have to heal up. They get scanned, and they're going to figure out what is happening. And my gosh, Valkyrie sees the team above, and they're trying to stay alive here. And man, Team Blue might get eliminated here, and they're getting hit extremely hard. And Valkyrie saving herself and getting up very high and taking her time. And it looks like 2 teams are aiming in, and the lobby might get saved, folks. If Team Blue gets eliminated, we will see a game number 4, and it would be exciting stuff. Extremely well done and well played by the lobby to not allow themselves to get eliminated in this tournament and continue the fight. And of course, this is, oh, and there it is, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, can Call Me Tax revive their teammate? They're doing a good job so far, and they actually get the revive off, folks, but they get downed. Gibby with his Gibby bubble, and there it is. We're getting a game number 4. Incredible stuff by Team Risk. They've been super aggressive, and now they score major points. They had 25 points in that last from the last couple games. And now with that elimination, they didn't only score big, but they also saved the lobby. We're gonna get a game 4. What an incredible performance there, and amazing stuff. Shout out to Blowback Lady, who hosts Apex tournaments and you know, does a great job and really passionate about it in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by. And yes, go check out the leaderboards, get yourself involved, and get ready. My goodness, Team Risk saving the lobby and getting us a game number 4. I'm loving it, man. We prep all week for this tournament. Well, not too much, but we prepped enough for this exhibition. And instead of going only 3 games, we're gonna get a 4th, possibly a 5th. Who knows how long this tournament could last, depending on what team wins it all. And it looks like Team Risk wants to get to 50 in this game here. They scored tons of points. If we look at the scoreboard, my oh my, they have 7 points. That is incredible. And good job by Team Risk so far. So right now, all they need to do is get 2 more eliminations. And as a matter of fact, I believe they've already reached 50, or they're right there at the cusp of 50, 48 points or something. I'm calculating it in my head, guys, but I do believe they're there. They had 25 before this match, and then eliminating 2 full teams to start the match off. Then on top of that, placement points, they're pretty much right around the corner. And then they got this Kraber, and we're getting an amazing performance by Team Risk right now. With 5 teams left, they're looking to get some shots off and really put in this pressure. Round 5 beginning now, and it's looking really good by Team Risk, and just great performance so far. And right now, Team Risk not in a good position. They are about to get into a big fight with a team suppressing them. They want to be able to control this situation, but they are on the bottom in a bad position with no high ground. And they're looking for the high ground. And man, I've never climbed this before, guys. And this is where pro style players just showcase the wild things you can do in Apex to get yourself in better position. And Risk getting hit with everything, but luckily getting away from the scenario. They're gonna climb right back up for another fight, and I think they all have to do this at the same time. If not, it's not gonna be worth it. They're deciding to rotate, get themselves deeper in, and with this Kraber, you can do some serious damage and actually just control the fate of the whole lobby with one shot. You could see right there, the Kraber did some serious damage to that Gibby, broke his shield and damaged his gun shield as well, and enough to make them rotate over out of fear of that Kraber. And great shots right now, and just perfectly done by Team Risk. Now they can move in deeper into the ring, find position, and stay in control. And I'm loving their team leader here. Is in-game leader is just amazing right now, being able to keep them in a good position. Now they're going to push this fight, and if they win this fight, folks, they are automatically, in which they have won the fight, and they have gotten to 50, folks. I'm 100% certain that they did. My calculation, my math is decent. I know that I'm correct here. So they've already reached 50, and they have a chance on the next game to possibly win it all. And watch this Kraber shot as they get surrounded. Last 4 teams, shots being popped off, and it's not a good position to be in when you jump that far into the ring on the 6th round. You can get eliminated, and there it is. Only 3 teams left. Team Risk in momentum, and they're feeling really good about themselves. He has 5 more shots on this Kraber, and he has to make them count. And another team gets eliminated. 1 team left. Team Risk has a chance to clear this lobby right now on this next game. Can it be done? We are going to see. And they're swapping out shields and prepping for the fight, and you love what you're seeing. Team Risk in an amazing performance so far, just lighting it up. And I'm gonna stay here so you guys can see the finale. Can they get it done? It looks like they will, folks. And there it is, Team Risk risking it all to give us the performance of the night so far. Perfectly done right there. They saved the lobby and they end up scoring amazing points, giving themselves the position to do some work. Man, oh man, big props and respect to them for that. And we're gonna go right into it and rewatch the finale here. Remember, Team Risk, this is a replay, guys, an instant replay. Team Risk officially eliminated Team Blue, who was about to win it all. And then all of a sudden, they just went on a rampage after that and continued to clear out the lobby and get the ball rolling. I'm loving what I'm seeing. It was such a great performance by these guys, and you just love what you saw. I didn't see a lot of Kraber action the way we would like, but everything else was spot on, and it was just an incredible time to watch these guys perform so well. And man, oh man, I am excited about this next matchup coming forward. As you can see, these shots being rained, and they pretty much controlled the lobby and had everything under control for the whole game. And you can see this was going to be the finale, and they pretty much close it out perfectly. And I hope you guys are enjoying that as we go forward. You are watching Court Battle League's tournament series, and that was game number 3. We're going into game number 4. Be ready. It's exciting stuff. I'm going to show you guys the format real quick so you can know how to this is all working. Any team that reaches 50 through placement or eliminations has a chance to win it all, but they have to get first place after they reach the 50-point match point threshold. That is how the system works, and then from there they can win it all. We're going to see how many teams made it to 50 on that last game. It was incredible. And we're going to be right back in a second, so stay tuned for game number 4 coming up shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. We are literally just getting started, man. It is literally just getting started. I love it when it gets to this point in this tournament. My match point system, the match point system alone is amazing. the multiplier that I added to it makes it even more exciting and interesting, because now all of these teams in the bottom of the bracket will pretty much dominate and have a chance to control this thing, you know? And should be a good time. And now we're going to go straight to the leaderboards so that y'all can see what I'm talking about today. Ladies and gentlemen, the leaderboards are officially here. Check it out. For the first time ever. There's no way this is the scores. Wait a minute. Let's get an update on this. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. There we go. I had to refresh this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Risk with 85 points in the tournament. That performance alone was something to die for. It was incredible. I'm smiling. I hardly get to just be a fanboy in this situation. And here we are in a fanboy state. They really went crazy and did something amazing on that last matchup. And now they have a chance to continue that reign as they go forward. As you see, they have a chance to win it all. Them and ODU Blue also having a chance to win it all. Any team past 50 has a chance to win it all, but they have to get first place. The rest of these teams are basically fighting to get to 50 and wanting to eliminate Team Risk and Team Blue from the scenario. So it should be interesting. It's going to get very real. It's going to get personal right now. And man, oh man, I'm loving it. We're going to see something very exciting in game 4. And what's funny enough is Team YD has 38. They can catch up. One good elimination of a team and they're right back in it. The next round, it'll be 4 points per elimination. The Catalyst and all of these teams below have a chance to come back easily with this multiplier that we add every single round, an extra point. So right now in game number 4, it's going to be 4 points per elimination, meaning if you wipe out a full team, 3 players, you're going to end up with 12 points and you'll be right in the thick of it. So these two teams who have over 50 have to try to win this next game because they don't want anybody else to have a chance. So of course this is easier said than done, but the teams below want to get aggressive, score a lot of points, and get themselves back in the ball. The reason we do this, like as you said, is exhibitions, tournaments, and it's prepping for our next season. And you're going to be able to really see some crazy good stuff going forward. All right. So I hope y'all enjoy this next one, man. We are excited. It is looking real good. I'm really grateful to have the teams we have, some really solid performances so far. We're going to start the matches in a second. Stay tuned. Get ready. It's going down. Game number 4 begins right now. And man, oh man, I'm super excited about what I'm seeing by these guys. Incredible performances. We are officially back in effect. And I'm so excited because we're going to really start the season off again very shortly. I've been taking care of personal matters, and so we haven't been able to get the league rolling, but we're going to pick up some new teammates, some commentators, some scorekeepers, a bunch of different people to get involved. Feel free to contact me if you feel like you want to get involved. We'll go ahead and put you through the screening process and get you rolling to help us out with these events. Taking a moment here to look at Team Blue. Remember, Team Blue is one of the few teams with over 50 points. They have a chance to win it all. You see, they're being aggressive here. They're not backing down. Decided to take this fight right now. Could be really good or really bad for them. If they take them out, then they feel confident. Look at this. They're fighting against Team Alpha. Team Alpha in the inside, trying to stay alive. Downing one of Team Blue's players. Oh no, Team Blue hurting pretty bad here. Team Alpha officially eliminating one of Team Blue's players, and this is a really good look for them. Now they have a chance to do some work, and great stuff right there. Are you kidding me? Team Blue wants to come back, and we will see if they have what it takes. It's a 2-on-2 fight right now. Pushing the pace with the Prowler. Great shots, knocking one. Last player alive. And can Team Blue survive this scenario? If they do, they will be very comfortable in this fight here. And deciding to thirst Team Raven, which is a good thing to do because you can swap, grab some gear, and prepare for a fight. They grab their teammate's banner, and they're pretty comfortable right now. It's 1 against 2. And they have their teammate's banner. Somehow Team Blue found a way to survive this scenario and get themselves out of there. And speaking of getting out of there, the other team to watch out for, the 2 teams we're going to be watching out for this game in game 4, Team Risk, who has over 50 as well, which gives them a chance to win it all. Very exciting thing, and I love this part of the game. This is my favorite. Once teams reach 50, you're going to see some craziness and possible exciting moments. And right now, Team Blue healing up, gathering everything they can, prepping to revive their teammate as they already did here. And now they are sitting comfortable with all 3 teammates somehow surviving that scenario. Team Risk comfortable as well. So we're going to rotate around and check out R99 here, who has just eliminated another player, doing real good for what they got going on. And one thing I like about R99 is they have some very aggressive play styles, and they're super exciting to watch. And it's one of the best things that we've seen in our series in the first season. You can go back and watch it on YouTube, by the way. These guys were incredible throughout the year. Going into year 2, I'm sure they're going to keep that pace up, and I'm sure they learned a lot. So we'll see what they can do, what type of performances they'll have. At the moment, they're sitting in 9th place, not very good overall, but one game can turn that all around. If you remember, Team Alpha got 2 of their players eliminated, and these guys are in the bottom of the bracket on the leaderboards, but man, they're not giving up. I like what I'm seeing right here by Team Raven Alpha.
What do you think is over here? Hellstar here.
And we're going to rotate around and continue to see teams that are sleepers that we haven't talked or seen much of. Team one, you're talking about ridiculous. All right. This team in the beginning, first game, only had one player. Then they down to 2 players now and still in 5th place because they're performing extremely well when they do get into fights. And they're doing a really good job. You saw their tap strafing skill. And hopefully we'll see more of that. And of course, the team that we also didn't talk about right underneath them in 6th place, Team Butter, who been performing extremely well. They came in and put on a show without us noticing with 22 points. A lot of these teams have been performing well, but we've been watching the top teams basically control everything and do a good job. But there's a lot of great teams out there. And speaking of teams right now, the Catalysts are taking their time and actually wanting to get on this beacon, which is a smart move. Don't rotate unnecessary. Grab the beacon, look around, see what's going on. Everybody has decent amount of shields, and all they have to do is upgrade these things through farming damage. Want to take a second here to acknowledge the 2 teams that are eligible to win it all in this lobby. Right now, they have over 50, so they have match point. Once you reach match point, all you got to do is get first place. And so far, Team Blue had a chance last game. They didn't get it done. Now, them and Team Risk both have a chance to reach that 50. Reach first place and win it all. And of course, the teams that have 50 are usually not as aggressive, trying to play smart, strategic, and hold it down. Man, I love Apex. Speaking of that, look at these shots being rained by the charge rifle. Bella Clutch trying to get some work in. She has been a critical player for the R99 team, taking them to the championship and possibly showcasing, greatness at its finest, and just good stuff from her as she continues to try to showcase what she has. And it's interesting to see her play Caustic. She actually mains Mirage a bit, so super interesting. They're playing defensive a bit here, a little bit, and I like that. I think he's a winner when it comes to holding down certain positions and staying in control at the end game. And of course, the meta is slowly changing with all the updates and buffs and nerfs. And I do think the devs are doing good with some of these legends that we didn't think about much, whether it's Fuse. Horizon got nerfed and we didn't care as much as for her, and now she's back. There's plenty of greatness happening, and I do believe the next season will present the same thing. We'll possibly get great tournaments all next season. So let's hope so, and then we'll go from there as we go forward, man. Thank you guys for tuning in and rocking. Again, there's a 5-minute delay, so everything you're watching, if I say it now, it won't be until 5 minutes ago. So I can go into the chat and say, I bet you, this will happen, and it'll happen before. I'll say it in the chat before it happens because of that. It's just a little matrix trick there. But with that in mind, we're going to rotate around. It's a lot of teams taking their time. These are the big matches. These are the very important matches. And a lot of these teams got to be very careful. understand there's two teams that can win it all. You don't want to give them any hope. You don't want to give them any chance. You don't want to give them anything if you can. And Team Risk and Team Blue, as you see both these two teams here dominating in great fashion so far, but they got to get first place on this game to win it all. And Team Blue gonna be gating off a team, and this is a nice position, but if they have to rotate, it's not gonna be that good depending on where the ring closes on this next match. And we're gonna look at that as we go here. As you can see, they're gonna have to rotate. There's two teams right in front of them, and tough stuff by Team Blue. They're gonna have to be pushing back, and I believe they're fighting against R99. So this should be interesting on how R99 plays it. I don't think they know who's above. One of the hard things about this is that you might know a team has match point and you want to take them out, but if you don't know where they are, you're just playing a guessing game. So some of it is about continuing for placement and trying not to allow anybody win the game. And speaking of win the game, Risk already deep into the next ring and pretty much sealing positioning. If they can get up top and hold this high ground, they will pretty much have this game at their feet for the most part. And they're going to rotate inside, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody in the vicinity contesting them. This isn't the exact safest push, but they can get in here, and it looks like nobody's been in, and now they're gonna have control of this area. I probably wouldn't want to bother too much. I want to get up high and hold the high ground for the most part here. It can really do something special. And as I said, I knew there was somebody contesting, and they're getting hit very hard, surviving the scenario but barely, and calling all their ultimates, hitting the scan, seeing where both enemies are. It's about to get very real. Their Gibby drops. Now it's 1-on-3. Can Octane survive it? He does, barely. It was a great push, and right now Risk having the best chance to win it all in this scenario here. They can keep this high ground and win this game, or they can get aggressive for no reason, and I don't think they should. They push this here, they're losing their positioning, and that's the last thing you want to do. So as we see, doing the right thing and taking back the high ground and trying to keep this, it's a hard task to ask a team, but so far so good. And I like what they're doing here. They're pretty much in control of their own fate there. As long as they can hold that high ground, they'll be comfortable for the rest of the game. The team who isn't very comfortable with multiple teams in their area, Team Blue, they're going to have to figure this out here. And actually, they are comfortable. There's nobody in their immediate area. So you like what you see. And Team Blue sitting comfortable. Team Risk also sitting comfortable. The two teams to beat are very comfortable, and there's still 7 teams in the lobby. So you got to be very careful on what you're seeing here. And we're going to rotate around deeper into the ring to check out what's going on. And the Catalyst down a player, and they're looking to survive this fight here. One of the best shields to me, my favorite, is these yellow shields. Gonna try to pick up their teammate, but man, a 4th ring will hurt a bunch unless you have the heat shields. We have not disabled any of those things, and I would hope Apex helps eliminate those things. And look at this right here. Good Kraber shot. I didn't even notice Mr. Ant had the Kraber. Doing the right thing, not taking the shot. He basically wanted to stealthily revive his teammate. After he gets his revive off, then he can start popping shots to force the team back instead of having them push him. Get back into this high ground and stay in position, and we'll see how this one plays out. A very dangerous scenario, but I'm loving what I'm seeing by the Catalyst deciding it's not over yet, baby. And they are holding this whole area down, but they're gonna have to rotate shortly, so gotta be very careful. Look at these Kraber shots. Beautiful 123, and really hurting that Gibby, possibly taking him out if they could have got a headshot there. And now as the ring closes, Catalysts are going to be fighting an uphill battle to get back into the ring safely, with a lot of teams still in the vicinity, and we're gonna go rotate around the top two teams to watch out for. Team Blue has the chance to finish this tournament, as well as Team Risk. And right now, Team Blue in the thick of it, a team above them, a team in front of them. Man, oh man, it's gonna get wild in this situation, and really good shots by them, taking out another one of the players and doing a solid job to keep themselves alive and comfortable. Getting hit extremely hard, but staying in control. And Team Blue keeping the pace on this team here as they down one of their players, and now they want to try to be aggressive about it. They have to be very careful. If they don't push this, then the team will be reviving their teammate. Look at this, perfect shots, perfect synergy to get in and make that push. And Team Blue is incredible. You talk about perfect synergized push in that last second there to get that team out of the scenario. Perfectly done by them, and that's exactly what you want to see, guys. And now Team Blue still in the thick of it with Team Risk. Two teams able to win, with the last team is the Catalyst. As he revives his teammate, the two teams are fighting each other off in a second. This could get insane, guys. Team Blue and Team Risk can win this tournament right now, but it looks like actually Catalyst will be getting eliminated. We're gonna get a winner if Catalyst gets down, and he does. He does revive his two teammates, but can they come back with no weapons and find a way to win it all? I doubt it, but we will see what they'll do here. Incredible stuff by Team Blue and Team Risk. This might be the end of the tournament. Only one last player on the Catalyst. If Catalyst get eliminated, then Team Blue or Team Risk will end up winning it all. No weapons shall form against me. Team Catalyst is the only one to keep this tournament alive. If not, Team Risk or Team Blue will finish it all off and win the event. We're looking at Team Blue pushing the pace right now. Both teams getting aggressive. Team Risk about to get hit with this third party scenario right now, and shots being fired. Great stuff. It looks like Team Blue does have the advantage right now. They have the positioning. All they have to do is hold this here and try to slowly pick shots at Team Risk. Somehow Team Catalyst is still alive in this scenario, guys. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Team Risk down below, not in the best position. And speaking of positions, look at Catalyst with no health, with nothing but a couple of caustic traps and determination to stay alive and keep this tournament going. Incredible stuff here. The standoff continues with the last round beginning. The ring will start closing. Teams will make a push when their ultimates are ready. They're gonna hit it and possibly get in there and make it work, and we're gonna see it shortly as a respawn beacon drops. We're gonna see what happens in this scenario right now. Loving what I'm seeing. Valkyrie going ahead, getting up high and holding this position. And there it is. The push starts and it begins, ladies and gentlemen. Shots raining off. Team Blue getting hit extremely hard. And my, oh my, they go down. And this is it right now. Team Risk can win it all. All they have is one rat left. And they take them out and finish the game. Team Risk winning big and performing extremely well, showcasing that they have what it takes to be Apex Legends Tournament champions. And man, oh man, it was a great day. We had some great games. And I'm super excited to get this ball rolling. The announcement, without officially announcing, is we will have tournaments in November and it will be on the new map only. Should be an exciting time. Exciting stuff for you guys to continue to enjoy in these tournaments. But man, oh man, what a great game that we've had so far. And man, I can't lie to you, Team Risk really did their thing and they put in the work and they got the job done. It was a amazing stuff. Great performance by them, and I love what I saw. Congratulations to Team Risk. They started off very slow. They weren't very high up there. In the last two games, they heated it up, scored big points, and then capitalized in the finish. That was a great performance. And for all the teams, you know, we thankful and grateful to have you. And it was an amazing matchup, to say the least, to see all of these teams. And we're going to name them down. MQ, KIQ, Raven Alpha, F22, Fate, R99, and Raven, Butter, ODU Silver, Team One, YD, the Catalyst, Team Blue, all did incredible. But of course, the number one team to finish it all off was the one and the only, the incredible, amazing Team Risk. All right. And man, oh man, what a night it was. I'm really loving it. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoying it. We're going to go ahead and take you guys to these scores. And hopefully they're updated officially. And yes, they are, by See the One You Envy, who's been controlling these leaderboards for us the whole night. So she's the real MVP. But man, oh man, what a night it was. Team Risk scoring 149 points. ODU scoring 86. Catalyst scoring 61. And it's just been a great performance all around. It was a fun time. The teams in the lower bracket, you're still a part of this event and you gave us a chance to have a great tournament. And I'm so excited to get the season going. And again, I'm going to build a good team and get at you guys started as we go forward. So man, oh man, that's it. We're going to cut this stream short. We're going to keep it real short today and try to cut it down. This is a 2-hour stream today, which was really fast. And I love that. And I hope y'all enjoyed. And we're getting very efficient on timing and looking really good when it comes to hosting tournaments for the future. We have things pretty much set and we were going to continue. Again, there's a 5-minute delay, so I will not be here by the time you leave a comment, but I'll still stay in the chat. Thank you guys all for playing, every single player, all of the players in the past and in the future. You are welcome to join. Just hit up our Discord and get yourself started on Court Battle tournaments. All right. We love you guys, and it's been an honor and a privilege. I am your host, Mad Gamer. This is Court Battle League's tournament series. I'm not in the studio, but man, the studio misses me. And don't worry, once the season starts, we're going to be right back in the studio, killing it. You know, so be ready for that, which is not too long from now. And thank you for tuning in to Court Battle League's tournament series for Apex Legends, the Legacy series.